After a harrowing journey at sea, 16-year-old Abby Sunderland is finally back home here in Southern California. And now she's talking about her adventure trying to sail around the world. Well, she is barely old enough to drive, but Abby Sunderland wanted to sail around the globe. Her trip ended with a rescue in the open sea, and since then, people have been asking if her parents should have let her go at all. KTLA's Lynette Romero is live in Marina Del Rey with more on this. Lynette, good to have her back, though.
Well, I can tell you one thing, Leila. This news conference was not about addressing the critics. We were told right off the top that she would not take any questions that were negative about why her parents let her do this. Should she have done this? Was she really putting her life at risk? And was it just a publicity stunt? She wouldn't talk about any of that. But this was our first chance to really hear from her directly about what it was like out there on the high seas. Why did she do it? And would she do it again? 16-year-old Abby Sunderland walked into the room full of cameras and reporters and didn't seem to blink. After all, this teenage sailor had endured an intense storm halfway around the world. A rogue wave caused her to hit her head, black out, and almost left her lost at sea. Today, she would only briefly talk about all of the criticism against her and her family.
To be honest, it's extremely hurtful, and it's sad to see some of it. Some of it, I just can't believe that people would say something like that to anybody.
Her brother Zach was at her side, not her parents, because her mother was in labor giving birth to her 8th child. But in a written statement, they responded to the negative publicity.
To hear the intensity of the personal hatred spewed by some in the media and on blogs was shocking to us. It crossed the line of human decency.
It took a little digging, but finally the teenager who seems more afraid of getting her driver's license than solo sailing around the world admitted,
You know, there were times I was scared, definitely. But you get scared and then you have to get over it, because being scared, it doesn't do anything good. It just makes you hesitate and makes more problems start coming.
Sunderland says when she realized her boat was damaged beyond repair and her trip was over, she expected to be out at sea for weeks, maybe months. But even with all that, she says she has no regrets.
I love my trip. I wouldn't trade that memory of everything that's happened for the world.
Okay, so will she do it again? She says not tomorrow. She says she really hopes to write all of her experiences down, turn it into a book. She did talk about the reality show that everybody's been talking about, and she says there were talks about that. Those talks fell through, and the deal is dead at this point. She also says there is no plans for a documentary at this point, but I did talk to her PR person after the news conference. He said there are no plans right now. In the future, they're not ruling it out, so chances are we're going to hear more from this family. Also, we just received late word that Marianne Sunderland did give birth to a baby boy. They have named him Paul. He is named after the captain of the ship that rescued Abby out there at sea. That's the latest here from Marina Del Rey. I'm Lynette Romero. Back to you guys in Hollywood.
All right. Thanks so much for that, Lynette.